To get something spinning, you have to give it a push, like this. Then, once you've got a spinning thing, it'll keep spinning unless something slows it down. It's a spinning thing!
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Brought to you by Tops. For winning in spinning, Tops are tops. Bill?
Oh, hi. I was just spinning. Well, it looks like you could use a spin yourself. See, things can move like this and get closer. Or they can move like this and get farther away. They can move to the left, or they can move to the right, or they can move like this in a circle. Now, right now, everything I'm wearing, you and me, we're all going in a circle. We're spinning. We're spinning things. You see spinning things all the time in machines, wheels, toys, and tops. Big storms are spinning things. Now, this is a bowling ball. And when I start it rolling along the floor, not only is it going to move this way, but it's going to be spinning. And like all spinning things, it'll keep spinning unless something slows it down. Sorry. Now, our planet is a spinning thing. See, it's been turning this way in space for billions of years. And since in space there's almost nothing to slow it down, it just keeps spinning. Take a look at this. It's our big spinning disk of science. And right here is a plastic disc. It's connected to an electric motor. When we turn the motor on, it starts twisting on the disc. Now the disc is twisting back. See, you can feel it push back if you tried to grab it, like this. See, it would push on you. But not only is the disc pushing this way in the direction it's spinning, it's also pushing this way at a right angle. See, the motor wouldn't be held up like this unless the disc were spinning. That's the way it is with all spinning things. If you try to slow them down, they push back. And when they're spinning, they keep on spinning unless something slows it down. You can try it for yourself. You ready? Yeah. Woo!
Bill?
You're spinning!
Bill, I want to get off now,
You're
Bill.
a spinning thing!
Come on, Bill, please.
Wacky!
A spinning top, well, spins. And it's easy to make. Get some cardboard and draw a circle on it using a compass or a lid from a jar. Then, cut it out. If you want, you can make some swirls on the circle. Now grab a pencil, poke it through the middle. If you have some tape or some glue, you can get the circle on the pencil really tight. Then give it a whirl.
Okay, Vanna, give him a spin.
If you throw a football that's tumbling instead of spinning, like this, it's hard to catch.
But if you grab it like this and throw it so that it spins, it flies straight. The ball spin makes it stable, and since it's going straight, it should be easy to catch.
I'm Captain Jackie Reeves, and I'm a helicopter pilot with Washington Army National Guard. This is the machine I fly, a helicopter. This is kind of cool machine. It's got things that go around, like this big rotor here. We don't have wings. This is our wing. The main working part, you can see some parts spinning in here, is the engine, which is a turbine engine. It's a jet engine. But we don't get any push out of the turbine engine like jet pilots do out of their jet fighters. All the power goes up to the blades and makes the blades spin faster. Drive shaft comes out of the engine and goes all the way down. See how it's spinning? And goes all the way down here until it gets to this little tail rotor. It's also called an anti-torque rotor. This is a very important part. It's like a rudder on a boat. It keeps the helicopter going in the straight direction. Without this working while we're flying, the whole fuselage or the body of the helicopter would spin. It just spin uncontrollably. The helicopter creates many forces. All these forces are produced by spinning things. I have to control those things as they're spinning, and they're spinning around very, very fast. The main rotor spins over 100 miles an hour, and the tail rotor spins 3 times as fast.
Right now, this ball is spinning around in a circle, and I'm pulling on the rope. If I let go of the rope, the ball stops going around in a circle and goes off in a straight line. That's because spinning things are always changing direction. Now, take a look at this. Here's a dot on a spinning disc. Now, if the disc is spinning this way, the dot starts out going in this direction. But a moment later, the disc is spun and the dot is going in this direction. You can tell it's changed because here's the original direction right here. Then a moment after that, the dot's going this way. And here's the original direction. See, the dot is constantly changing direction. In fact, every part of the disc is always changing direction. There's something pulling on every part of the disc all the time, just the way the rope was pulling on the ball when I was spinning it over my head. That force that's pulling everything toward the center is called centripetal force. Centripetal force. Centripetal force. Center seeking. Seeking the middle. Centripetal force. Without centripetal force, the disc would fly apart in a cloud of dust. See, without centripetal force, spinning things wouldn't go around in a circle. No, they'd go crazy. When you're in a car going in a circle, the car is pushing on you. Yeah. As the car turns, part of the car, the seat belt, is holding you in. The car is exerting what we call a centripetal force, a force toward the center. So right now, the door is pushing you to the center, exerting a centripetal force. The car is pushing you in a circle. See, so it feels like you're pushing on the door, but really, the door is pushing on you. The force that you feel pushing on the door is what we call centrifugal force. But in a way, there's no such thing. Centrifugal force is what we call a fictitious force, or not a real force. See, because really, the door is exerting a centripetal force, even though it feels like you are exerting a centrifugal force. If the door weren't pushing on you, well, then you'd go off in a straight line. Here. See, the door stopped exerting a centripetal force, so you fell right out. Okay, well, I'll see you later.
This is going to be a spinning thing. Spinning thing like the Earth is going around in a circle. And it's going around in almost a perfect circle around the sun. That's because there's a force pulling it toward the sun. That's gravity. It's a centripetal force toward the center. Centripetal force. And there's a centripetal force of gravity that's holding the Earth in a ball. If the Earth weren't being centripetally pulled in, well, it would fly off into space in a cloud of dust. Ha!
I just love spinning things. Don't you, Bill? Bill?
Huh? Huh?
Are you all right, Bill?
This is a flywheel. There's one just like it up in there. You see it?
The what? Huh? What? Bill.
This flywheel helps you make pottery. It's so big and heavy that once it starts spinning, it needs only an occasional kick with the foot to keep it spinning smoothly. The flywheel transfers that spin to the lighter potter's wheel. So all you have to do is get a little water, put your hands in the clay, and focus on creating. This is a boomerang. It spins when you throw it. And if you throw it just right, it comes back to you. And a boomerang keeps on spinning unless something slows it down.
Spinning things move sideways. Please consider the following. We bounce a basketball, push it straight down to the floor. It bounces up at the same angle it hits. You okay? You okay? Spinning things don't always work that way. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. It's our gyroscope of science. And right now, it's not spinning. If I push on it sideways, it moves sideways. If I push down on it, it moves down. But watch what happens when it starts spinning. Now it's spinning. Watch what happens when I push on it sideways. When I push sideways, it moves down. Now watch what happens when I push down on it. It moves sideways. If you push on a spinning thing, it will push back at a right angle. Now you can really see it with a flying disc. A flying disc is a spinning thing. And spinning things push back sideways at a right angle. So if you want to make it bounce off the floor, you hit it on the side. If it's spinning this way, you hit it on this side, and it will twist and go up like that. There. Now, if it's spinning the other way, then you have to hit it on the other side to make it twist and go up. See? Right up. See, when you push on a spinning thing sideways, it pushes back sideways at a right angle because it's the cross product of two vectors. I mean, first of all, you got the spin vector of the disc like that. Then you have the torque vector of hitting the floor like that, which would be like that. So then you cross the spin into the torque and you get a new vector out this way. See, and that's the vector of it nosing up. See, anyway, it's the cross product of vectors. Well, anyway, thank you for joining me on Consider the Following. That was it.
A frisbee's not a frisbee unless it's spinning. And the more it spins, the easier it is to control. Both in how far you can throw it, or if you want to do tricks. And if it's not spinning well, it's very difficult to control.
Keep it spinning.
And that spins.
It's all in the spin. You just got to keep it spinning.
Richie, can you pass the ketchup, please?
But Dad, I can't reach the ketchup.
Richie, pass your father the ketchup.
But Mom, I just told you I can't reach the ketchup.
Use the spinning thing in the middle of the table, Richie.
What do you mean?
Just spin it, Richie. Spin it.
Spinning things keep spinning unless something slows them down.
When a skater starts spinning, he has his arms far away from his body. Then as he pulls his arms in, he spins faster and faster because the weight of his arms is going through smaller and smaller circles. It's spinning things. It's easy. Of course, with hockey players, it's a little different because their skates have a different shape, so they don't make circles in the ice hole, but still, it works the same way. See? See, if the skater's arms are far away, he'll slow down because the weight is more spread out. The arms are close, he'll speed up because the weight doesn't have such a long distance to go for every circle that you make in the spin. You see a lot in skating because people are always fighting against the forces.
Learn to push back like a gyroscope on the next Oprah windmill.
Spinning things don't have to be round. They can be almost any shape. But when something's spinning, almost every part of it is moving in a circle. That's why a ball, which is a circle in every direction, will roll over a spinning thing like this very easily, even though these spinning things have pretty unusual shapes. It's wild, isn't it? An airplane propeller is a spinning thing. Now, like all spinning things, it can exert a twisting force. It's like this gyroscope. See? Once it's spinning, it twists. It exerts a torque. See how the spin makes it fight back? See, you twist it one way, it twists back the other way. The same thing happens with an airplane propeller. As the airplane turns, the gyroscope turns with it, and it'll fight you. So, when you design an airplane,
I could have been a spinning thing. I would have spun and spun and spun and spun. I could have spun.
When you spin a raw egg, you're also spinning the yolk and the gooey liquid inside. Watch. See what happens when I stop it with my hand. Even though the eggshell stopped, the raw insides keep spinning, so the egg keeps turning. Grab an egg and try it.
we use fluid inside our ears to help us keep our balance. When our head moves, the fluid inside our ears move. So take a look at this. Here's a glass flask with fluid in it. When the flask is spinning, the fluid is spinning. When the flask stops, the fluid keeps spinning for a while. The same thing happens with the fluid inside our ears. That's what can make you dizzy. And that's why ballet dancers turn their heads like this. That way the fluid inside their ears doesn't get much of a chance to start spinning and they don't get dizzy. It works great. See? See?
Bill.
Oh, isn't she just lovely?
Slow me down, no way, clown. I keep spinning around. If I get too dizzy, then I fall to the ground. Spinning, spinning, spinning like a top. Friction, gravity will make me stop, but not just yet. On that you can bet, cause I'm still in motion and I want to get a gyroscope. I ain't no dope. Spinning, spinning at the end of a rope. Push on it and it will push back, cause spinning things don't take no flat. With spinning things, you can say I've been around, cause I just like to watch them spin around. Spin around. Spin around. Spin around. Listen up while I spin this top. I wonder what it is that'll make it stop. Could it be the force that we call friction? I know what it is cause I looked in the dictionary with Mary at the library. She said that my top looked like a strawberry. Watch what happens when I spin this wheel. Some crazy forces that you can feel. Flywheel store, the spin and more. Watch out for that revolving door. With spinning things you can say I've been around, cause I just like to watch them spin around. Spin around. Spin around. Spin around.
Well, that's our show. Thanks for watching. If you'll excuse me, I've got to compute the angular momentum of these annually. See ya!
Produced in association with the National Science Foundation.
Well, that's our show. Thanks for watching. If you'll excuse me, I've got some cylindrical nutation rates to compute. See ya! When you push on a spinning thing, it will push back. Oh.
Right now, even though you can't feel it, the Earth is spinning. Oh. Ah! Wait. Woo. I can't. Woo.
The Earth is a spinning thing. Wait. Okay. Oh. Centripetal force. Centrifugal. Wait. Centrifugal. Oh, okay. Centrifugal. There it is. Centrifugal. Fleeing the center.